No, maybe not. I think it's just the gloss effect. I think I jumped the gun. Let's find out. Nope, I think we're good. So I think there is still some wet black wash sitting down in those recesses, and I was afraid that if I did this too quickly, we'd get bleeding effects from in fact, let's get all of his hand there. Missing part of his thumb. Ah, crap. Quickly. Oh, it was just a flake of dried paint. That was weird. So we're good there. Just need to get kind of like the underside. So it's probably a great view for the camera. Bottom of the cork, but I'm just trying to get like under. Get a flat coverage here. Alright, that's good for him. So that was bronzed shadow, bronze skin, bronze highlight. So for the other two guys, we're going to do the tanned triad. Go from there. Should I have waited? No, it's fine. We're good. I was gonna say, might have wanted to wait to finish up the Pip-Boy, but I think we'll be okay. I think we can paint around any mistakes that we make if we do make any mistakes. Which I'm not planning on making any mistakes with the skin. Should go fairly quickly. Should have done his hands first and then done his head. Kind of doing this in reverse order. I'm just trying to keep my fingers off of his face. Alright, where is his thumb in this whole process? Over here? Is that it? Yep, that is. Try and cover up that blue that leaked up onto his skin there. And we'll do some spot shades to tidy up any areas that we think need it. And actually, now that I think about it, I might do our third Vault Dweller with the rosy skin Triad. So we got a variety. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Some wet paint. Okay, we good there. Let's just tighten up the base color on his face here. Okay, he's good. Let's look back on this guy. I think we're good on him. Alright, I'm gonna hold off on painting her skin because I'm running out of room on my palette. So we're gonna go back to the bronze skin. So we went bronze shadow, and we're gonna go bronze skin. Drop that down. For this, we're basically just trying to keep a little bit of the that base color still in the recesses, but for the most part, this is going to cover up a good majority of it. I'm counting fingers here. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Two, 3, 4. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I have to, I can come in with some Reikland plus shade and darken that. Help redefine the separation of fingers. Too much paint on the brush. Alright, so nose, tops of the eyebrows. His forehead, kind of come around the side of his eye. This dude has very well sculpted eyes. It'll be interesting to see how well I do painting him. Let me get his chin. Bit of a weak chin though. So I think we can mess with the paint and adjust that. Get his ear. Back of his neck. And then leave that dark jawline there. Yeah, this model does not have a very strong jawline. Actually, looks like part of his ear is slightly miscast. Let me tighten up the camera here a little bit. Bring it in a little bit, that way when I'm painting up closer you guys can see a little bit better. Cheeks. Top of the mouth. bottom lip. Probably going to do a very thin wash of sepia over this guy, just to kind of tie these colors back in, because I'm not liking the way the base coat's showing underneath. It's just a little too stark for whatever reason. Though I think that might be fixed when we get our highlight on. Yeah, not too bad. God, I love this tan triad. The tan skin is just the best. Alright, so that's looking good, that's looking good. I think what I'll do is I've got a little bit of that. Just run that down there, underneath. Let that dry. Though if I'm thinking about that, I should have done another color besides sepia, because this triad doesn't have a lot of sepia in it. It's more brown. What the heck is going on? There's a hardened piece of paint. Come on. To clean this out. What's the deal here? Just do that. Sorry, I'm trying to get paint onto my palette and the dropper bottle is clogged. Alright. So this is our mid-tone for the tan triad. This is probably a perfect example of when I would run some brown wash in between his fingers, because there's not a lot of contrast there. Probably the same thing here, so let me just go ahead and do that while I'm thinking about it. So not the Seraphim Sepia, Agrax Earthshade. So just run a little bit of that shade in there. Probably back around his neckline again, just to darken that up. And then on his fingers, on top of the binoculars. Not too dark, just enough to give it some color, and actually I'll do the same on the back side of his hand, where the Pip-Boy is, because that'll give us a nice dark piece of contrast to work off of. And I'll put a drop or two kind of in with his eyes, just to kind of darken those up a bit. So it'll be interesting. The sculptor left his eyes kind of there. It's like he sculpted the eyelids. So I don't know how I'm going to paint this guy's eyes. It'll be interesting. Not sure. Same with her. They're kind of like the eyelids are sculpted, but not the actual pupils, or whatever you want to call them. Alright, so that's drying. Do bridge of his nose, forehead. We'll do underside of the jaw here. Kind of pull that down around the side. Get his chin. Cheekbones.